Usually backgrounds in animation are pre-painted and sit still behind the movement of the characters. But is it really that difficult to animate the background itself? You're just treating the entire shot as a character. So let's animate a moving background today. I promise you it's not that difficult. To help us on our journey to animate a vast dynamic moving background is the brand new Artist Pro 27 from XPPen, a massive 27-inch 4K display running at 120 Hz, as well as a touchscreen. Special thanks to XPPen for sponsoring this video. Let's give this thing a spin. So the key to animating backgrounds, well, is just that. You just have to animate the background as if it were a character. Timing and spacing, mechanics, and story still apply here. So I decided on 3 keyframes, one of this bridge with a tunnel underneath it. You can see a small character on the top. I think that'll be nice, our nice big shot. It'd be great to paint that one. And then zooming in to the character who's just relaxing, and then going behind them to see what they're looking at, which is a beautiful sunset. I'm keeping the background very simple right now because this is my rough sketch. I can refine things later, seeing that I do want to paint some of the elements here and perhaps use some image manipulation to generate the frames for me. I don't really need to put that much detail right now. Moving on, I have my 3 keyframes down, 3 completely separate images that we're going to tie together with extremes, breakdowns, and in-betweens. One thing I used here was a tracking point to give some continuity to the scene, and that's going to be our character. So I just tracked where the character's head is going to be, and I'm using that as the anchor of similarity in this very complicated animation scene. This simple motion path paired with the complex background, I think will provide a nice contrast and visual interest. The head of whatever character we put in here is going to be following this path while the background around them is changing completely. I'm going to start with my extremes. I usually base my extremes on forces, mechanics, which poses really reveal where the force of an action is coming from. And I find that a little bit difficult to do with a background. Oh wait, no, never mind. I usually just use an anticipation and an overshoot. So anticipation is like the crouching down before you jump. So our camera is going to be moving to the right in 3D space. So I decided to shift it slightly to the left first as an extreme. Breakdowns describe the transition between 2 points. You could call it like a midpoint, but that's kind of a misleading term because it's not always in the middle. I use this to start turning the camera and give some size and body to our character. Really not following a rigid process here. I am animating this from imagination, which is the opposite of animating from observation. Observation, you have a ton of details coming at you. You really can't communicate all of it. You have to pick and choose and simplify. Imagination, you have one picture in your head and you're trying to grasp and find any details you can. Expect the processes to be very different when you're animating from observation or from imagination. So I'm going in here, I'm adding in-betweens just to smooth out that easing motion. In our curriculum, we call this a speed up and then a slow down. That's that nice pattern you see on the motion curve. Really just describing the rhythm of what I want the camera to be doing. But once it gets to the beef keyframe, I think I want to slow it down just a little bit for comprehension's sake. And so to slow it down, we'll have to make the distances between the in-betweens continuously get smaller. For a full video on this topic, check the card up above. I'm starting to feel comfortable with the timing and spacing of this shot. This is really a rough sketch, but it looks good. I don't think there's anything I forgot, so let's move on. So I decided to make a full rendering of the first frame in our animation. If I'm honest, I really wasn't very excited for XPPen's announcement of their new 27-inch tablet, because usually when a company releases a new standard, a new flagship standard, there are some problems that come along with it. Rather than introducing more problems, the 27 is actually better than the 24 series. You're first going to notice the refresh rate. Once you set this display to 120 Hz, you won't want to go back. The drawing experience is very smooth and satisfying, and the touch features on Windows are pretty good, making you feel closer to the Android-like experience. The main difference between the 27 and the 24 is the colors. The 27 features a 4K HDR, Kalman verified, with an accuracy delta E of less than -1. You can notice it. This display is noticeably more neutral than the Artist Pro 24. 4 Gen 2 series. I know this is a weird way to describe it, but it's almost like the colors relaxed from the last generation. That's my vague way of explaining it. The reason that helps is because at this point in the drawing, I'm picking my shadow and my light colors. The first sort of atmospheric perspective pass that I've done with this painting is called a contrast map. Next over that goes light number 1, which is the skylight, very spread out and ambient, and above that goes light number 2, the sunlight. This is XPPen's very first 27-inch, so I was worried that there were going to be some drawbacks, and it's usually the drawing surface. Usually the drawing surface takes a hit when we get a boost in features and all the other areas. The good thing is that they managed to get a beautiful display with touch features and a drawing surface that provides resistance so you can maintain pen control. Although it might be exciting to get a big tablet, this one might actually be too big for me. 27 inches is getting to the point where I can only reach so far. So really the top of my display and the left-hand side where I'm not drawing can only be used for reference. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Special thanks to XPPen for sponsoring this video. Go check out their Artist Pro 27 Gen 2 with the link in the description below. If you want to see a full review of this tablet, leave me a comment down below. Thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy animating.